Hello, Legoler here, and we're back today on F1 2020. And as you can see, we're doing another track guide. This time we're here at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya in Spain. As always, we're doing one lap at full speed, one lap in detail, and then I'll show you the setup. That was the lap then. As you can see, it's a 1 minute 14.5, which is my new PB, so I'm quite happy with that. But now we're going to go in more detail on this lap. Heading down the main straight now, nothing much to it as it's just a straight line. But heading into turns 1 and 2, start on the outside curb, start braking just before you hit that service road on the left side next to the runoff. Trail brake into the apex, use the red and white curb on the inside, and for turn 2 use as much curb as possible to set yourself up for turn 3, where you stick as close to the inside as possible to shorten your line. Into turn 4, start all the way on the outside, brake just before that white line on the left side of the track there. Trail brake once again, use a little bit of the inside curb and run out as wide as possible without touching the grass there. Into turn 5, use as much entry as you can. The braking is just before that Rolex wall goes out of view. Easy to lock up, so be careful under braking. And then on exit, short shift into 4th gear to minimize wheel spin or oversteer and use all of the outside curb. Into this sequence of corners, you can see a tree on the right there, and just after that goes out of view, that's when you want to brake, using all of the inside curb to rotate the car and using all of the curb on exit to carry as much speed as possible. Into this easy flat right-hander, turn in just as you pass that curb on the left side of the track, use the inside curb and use all of the exit there, activate the DRS and head down this straight here into the hairpin, brake just before the 100-meter board and start on the curb there. Trail brake into the apex, it's quite easy to lock up. Just touch the inside curb and run out all the way to the right side of the track to set yourself up for this sequence of corners. Do not touch the inside curb there, just touch the red and white here. Easy to go wide and oversteer, so be careful of doing that. On the exit, use all of the track that you can get away with, and into this corner, brake just before the black box there on the left side of the track, and trail brake into the apex. It's a medium speed corner. Into a low speed chicane, brake just as that Fanatec barrier or billboard is about to go out of your view. You can see under braking we're still moving to the right side of the track before turning in. Use as much curb as you can get away with because it's easy to oversteer if you take too much curb. Use all of this curb on the exit before heading through the easy flat final corner to finish off your lap at Spain. Now we're going to go in detail with this setup, starting with the aero. We're using 3/9 wings. Starting off with the front wing, we're using that low front wing because there is quite a lot of straights at Spain, so it's important to have that low front wing. so that we can be quick in a straight line and you don't lose too much in the corners. For the rear wing, we're using that much higher rear wing because it is mostly high-speed corners which require a lot of rear stability, and along with that there is a low-speed hairpin and a chicane, so those traction zones need stability as well. For the transmission, we're using 50-55 like usual. This just overall gives me the best stability on traction, and when I'm off throttle, it allows me to carry more speed while still being stable through the corner. For the suspension geometry, right, left, 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 as some people call it, pretty standard for most tracks, as it just provides the most rotation and it doesn't really sacrifice much stability at all within the car. For the suspension then, we're using 2.8 for the suspension, 4.10 for the anti-roll bars, and 2.4 for the ride height. If the rear of the car is a bit too unstable for you, especially through the third sector, then try softening the rear suspension or the anti-roll bar. For the brakes, 100% brake pressure and 50% brake bias on every single track to allow yourself to brake as hard as possible, as late as possible, without locking up. And last but not least, the tire pressures, using minimum like pretty much every track to allow the best traction and the best stability, whilst also being able to keep your tires at optimum temperature during the race or a qualifying lap. That's going to be it for today's track guide. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as I post F1 content 3 times per week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.